1,400 years ago people thought that all water in planets simply evaporates. But the Quran says that some water evaporates, and some becomes old plant. Skeptics claim that whoever wrote the Quran made a mistake. Water carries nutrients from the soil to the plant and then evaporates. No water becomes plant. Today's scientists confirm that most of the water evaporates while a small portion turns into sugar by photosynthesis. Later this sugar is used by the plant. Most of the water that is absorbed by the plant evaporates back into the atmosphere by transpiration. Transpiration is the process of water movement through a plant and its evaporation from aerial parts, such as leaves, stems, and flowers. Water is necessary for plants, but only a small amount of water taken up by the roots is used for growth and metabolism. The remaining 97 to 99.5% is lost by transpiration and guttation. Most of the water evaporates, while less than 3% remains inside the plant in the form of sugar by photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process used by plants and other organisms to convert light energy into chemical energy that, through cellular respiration, can later be released to fuel the organism's activities. Some of this chemical energy is stored in carbohydrate molecules, such as sugars and starches, which are synthesized from carbon dioxide and water, hence the name photosynthesis. Most plants, algae, and cyanobacteria perform photosynthesis. Such organisms are called photoautotrophs. Photosynthesis is largely responsible for producing and maintaining the oxygen content of the Earth's atmosphere, and supplies most of the energy necessary for life on Earth. Although photosynthesis is performed differently by different species, the process always begins when energy from light is absorbed by proteins called reaction centers that contain green chlorophyll and other colored pigments/chromophores. Chlorophyll converts carbon dioxide and water into oxygen and sugar. Most of the water evaporates back into the atmosphere while a very small portion remains inside the plant as sugar. Sugar is then used by the plant. This was known recently, however this was portrayed in the Quran 1,400 years before it was discovered. And cite for them the parable of the present life. It is like water that we send down from the sky. The plants of the earth absorb it, but then it becomes old plant, scattered by the wind. Allah has absolute power over everything. Here water becomes old plant and scattered by the wind, both. Today we know that most of the water evaporates, scattered by the wind, while a small portion is stored in the plant as sugar. This sugar is later used by the plant. Chlorophyll, which is responsible for the green color, is mainly made up of carbon, oxygen and hydrogen, C55H72O5 and 4Mg. The hydrogen and oxygen come from water H2O. This was known recently, however this was portrayed in the Quran 1,400 years before it was discovered. Quran. Do you not see that Allah sends down water from the sky, and the land becomes green? Allah is kind and aware. In this verse water and green color are linked. Today we know that the hydrogen and oxygen in chlorophyll comes from water.